What is up, you guys? Today I'm talking Peloton, and I'm not talking Peloton in my Peloton room because it needs to be cleaned and I don't feel like cleaning it. Let's just be real. Up here, got my handy dandy notebook here. So today we're talking Peloton, and we are talking lessons that I've learned in my 2 years of Pelotoning, my Peloton journey, my life with Peloton. Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I hit the 2-year mark of having my Peloton, and it's crazy. It's crazy to think that this video was 2 years ago. I mean, you can see it in my face. It was obviously a long time ago. But, yeah, I saw that. I saw the 104-week mark streak thing come up, and I was just like, 2 years of Peloton. And I thought, you know, that's a good time to reflect. This is not like a tips and tricks video. It's not a things you should buy for your Peloton video. This is just, what have I learned in my Peloton journey? This is my longest lasting fitness journey that I've been on in my almost 30 years. So let's just get into it. You know I need my notebook because I don't remember anything. I actually wrote this like the day that it was, it's been like 3 weeks since I looked at this, so I'm definitely going to have to reference my notes. The first thing that I've learned is that every single ride counts. I am team warm-up and team cool-down. If you've ever watched any of my Peloton videos, you know I am team warm-up and team cool-down. And there is a debate in the Peloton community about whether or not those 5-minute, 10-minute rides should count towards your overall ride count. Like, should those count towards your century ride, 1,000, 1,500, whatever? I think that they do, and they should, rightfully so, because it takes discipline to sit down, know that you're going to get a little bit of a warm-up in your regular ride, know that you're going to get a little bit of a cool-down in your regular ride, and still tack on those 5-10 minutes anyway. There are days when I almost always do a full warm-up, ride, cool-down, stretch. That's usually what I do. There are days where I am just not feeling it, and I just do the ride, and you know, those days, it's fine. It's totally fine to do that, but for me personally, I don't feel like I get what I want out of the ride if I don't take the extra time to warm up beforehand. So I full-on believe that every single ride counts, including your warm-ups and your cooldowns. They're very, very important. And I mean, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. You can do it. Number 2, it didn't affect me in the beginning as much as it started to affect me recently, but comparison is the thief of joy. It's just the truth. The first thing that I do when I log into any class is I hide the leaderboard. Like, if I do a ride where, like, I post on Instagram, like, hey, like, I'm gonna be doing, like, this live ride, or, like, I'm gonna be doing this ride at this time, I'll leave the leaderboard up for a while so that I can find my people, give out my high fives, and then I send the leaderboard away. There's so many factors that go into the leaderboard or rankings that just make absolutely no sense. Everybody's bikes are calibrated differently. Everybody's leg power is different. Like, it just, I don't need to see the people passing me or who I'm passing by. It just, the competition is not for me. And I started recently doing more live rides. I never really did live rides before, but I do a lot of, like, West Coast Wednesdays with Kendall, and with those ones, I had the leaderboard up for one, and watching in real time as everybody moved up and down, it just, like, I personally didn't like it. It's just not for me. The only person that I need to compare myself to is the person that I was yesterday. And that's that. Number 3, this one was a lesson learned before I bought my Peloton and learned every single day afterwards. Get out of your comfort zone. I had never in my life been on a spin bike. I'd never been to a spin class. I've never, like, stationary bike at the gym, nothing. I hadn't even ridden, like, a bike outside since I was a kid when I bought my Peloton. And thankfully this worked out for me. I was having one of those moments where I had FOMO. Everybody had a Peloton. I needed a Peloton. So I got one, and you know, that impulse buy worked. But I just like, that was a risk, but it paid off for me because it turns out I freaking love spin. It's like my most favorite form of exercise. And now continuing with Peloton, and I say this all the time, through the app, all of the content that they have, all of the different ways that they have for you to move your body or connect with your body, it's just amazing. Like, I had never meditated. I had never like done shadow boxing. There were so many things that I'd never done before that I only tried because of Peloton, including buying my Peloton bike. So getting out of your comfort zone is super important. Broadening your horizons makes working out so much more fun. It's just like so many things that I do now that I just like, I wouldn't have done at Planet Fitness. You know what I mean? 4, don't do things that don't work for you. Like, yes, step out of your comfort zone, but if you try something and it's not for you, you don't have to do it. Like, just because, you know, everybody loves Cody Rigsby, if you don't vibe with him, don't ride with Cody. Like, if you, metal rides, everybody's got to do metal rides. They're so hard. Robin and Yellow. If that's not for you, don't do it. It doesn't matter. Like, you just got to find what's right for you. Try out the different instructors, find what you vibe with, and stick with it. That's perfectly fine. Try out the different kinds of classes that they have, and find what you like and stick with it. They have dance cardio on the platform. I do not do dance cardio. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I tried it once. It's not for me. I'm glad it's there for the people who want it, but it's not for me. I'm not going to do it. And number 5, we're closing the iPad because, you know, we got to get mushy for the last one. It's so freaking important to be kind to yourself. It's like, I think back on my Century ride. It was August of 2022? 2021. What? Yeah, 2021. God, what is time? It was August of 2021. It was a 45-minute intervals and arms ride with Emma. I got my Century ride shout out. It was so fun. I struggled through the ride for sure. I used to do like exclusively intervals and arms at that point in time because I couldn't ride straight through for 45 minutes. It just wasn't possible for me at the time. And I think my output for that ride was like 147 for a 45-minute ride. Now I do a 30-minute ride. My average is between like 200, 230. My PR is like 280 or something like that, in 30 minutes. And, you know, it's like, I was so hard on myself back then when that was my output. When I was, you know, so low on the leaderboard, when there was like 10,000 people in the class and I came in 9,999th. Like, I just was so hard on myself. But looking back on it, every single one of those rides, every point of output, every mile, every minute that I put into it has led me to where I am now and continues to lead me to where I am now. I even think like last year when I finally got here to San Francisco and I'd been off the bike for like 2 months because of the moving and everything, the first ride that I did back was Robin's red ride. And I remember my output was like 93 in 30 minutes. And it had dropped from what I had built it up to before. And I was so upset. I was like, I lost all this momentum. And it's just not worth being mean to yourself over because it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the output is. It doesn't matter how many miles you get in. It doesn't matter if you hit the goals or whatever. You miss a day, never miss a Monday. None of that shit matters. All that matters is you're feeling good. If you come off the bike or if you go to sit on the bike or with a tread or whatever and you feel good about what you're about to do or about what you just accomplished, that's it. That's all that matters. There's no point in beating yourself up. There's no point in berating your past self for what you think you could have done better. There's no point in being mad at yourself because you didn't hit a PR, or you were like 2 points shy, or you were way off, or whatever. Just I say this as someone who's so overly critical of herself, like so overly critical that like my therapist makes me say like 10 nice things about myself every freaking week because she's sick of hearing me talk bad about myself. Just be kind to yourself. Easier said than done, I know, but. And that is it for today's video. I cannot believe I've been on this Peloton journey for 2 years. I can't believe we've been talking about Peloton together for 2 years. This community has just completely blown up. I love you guys so much. I love when you, like, even just earlier today, someone sent me, they didn't think they were going to hit their miles goal for the month. It's May 31st right now, and she sent me a screenshot, and she was like, I did it, and I was like, oh my god, like, genuinely so happy for all of you when you share your shit with me. So please continue to do that. You can DM me on Instagram, comments here, whatever. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon, maybe in my Peloton room if I clean it, in my next video. Bye!